Hello, my name is Tomy Shaw. On today's channel, what I'll be doing is going over investments that I'm looking right now at stocks that I'm looking right now. Remember that these stocks are, they have a lot of potential for growth, and but at the same time I want to remember you guys, if you have a small portfolio, you don't have, like, I have a lot of real estate and this is a minority of my portfolio. I always have at least 5% in very risky investments. So stocks that I'm looking at right now are, like, I believe with everything that's going on around the world right now, like with the global tensions in Iran, the Middle East, I believe that stocks that have a lot of potential to go up in the next years are crude related oil stocks. I believe they are really undervalued right now. They're very pessimistic. And when we're looking at gold stock, gold has been going a lot higher in the last year. So I believe that if you're looking at gold stocks and especially oil stocks, when I'm looking, like, this is the company that I'm looking at right now, I'm looking at Chesapeake Energy, because when we look at historic lows, this is the lowest that it has been over the last 20 years. And I believe that if something happens around the world with global tensions, oil stocks will have a lot of potential. Like, every time oil goes down to $50 a barrel, there's a lot of tension around the world. We see airstrikes, we see strikes on oil rigs, and if they stop just one of the canal in the Middle East, this could disrupt the global market, and a lot of analysts say that oil could rise up to $150 per barrel. So remember, this is not information for people. Like, it's not recommendation, okay? These are stocks that I'm looking at right now because, like I just said, there are stocks that I believe that have a lot of potential. Like, this formula works about 20% of the time. This means that, like, 8 companies that if I'm looking at 10 companies, 8 of them will go a lot lower, will lose 50% of its value. So they're really risky investments. And the same thing for Scorpio Gold Corporation. I believe that it's setting up to do something big. Like, it looks like it really wants to go a lot higher. And this is why I added some positions in Scorpio Gold. I added some positions when it was at 60 cents Chesapeake Energy. When we're looking at that, but maybe it might go lower in the next few weeks and to go back up. And maybe this company will, like, it has a lot of debt problems, but it's doing a lot of restructuring. It's selling a lot of its assets that are gas related, natural gas related assets, to double down on acquiring more drilling to go into oil. It wants to become an oil company. And the other ones that I'm looking at right now, Berkshire Hathaway, well, that's a no-brainer. It's one of the best stocks out there with Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger running. I looked at China Internet National because I was thinking to see them sign for the China trade deal, and I was thinking that it might rise really quickly, but it went a lot lower. So remember when I said that these stocks have a lot of potential for wins, like the same when I bought Cliff Natural Resources. I bought it at $3 and I sold it at $12. These are companies that have a lot of potentials but are also really risky. I just mentioned that information because I don't want people to believe this is something that's gonna happen and a person goes and invest all his money in one stock. I would never do that. The thing I would do, if I was not in real estate, I would not be buying stocks, because I really believe stocks is almost like gambling, because over the long run, it's like buying a casino. A short term you might lose some money, but long term you're going to make some money. And if you buy the whole casino, if you buy like the Nasdaq 100, the S&P 500, or like stocks that have a lot of companies in them, you reduce your risk. Like, the first thing you need to buy is S&P 500 ETFs that contain the 500 biggest companies in the US before buying small companies. I would never recommend buying individual stocks if it's only a minority of your portfolio. Like a minority of your portfolio, that's okay, but putting all your money and trying to become a finance guru, it's going to be really hard, and there's a lot of probable chances that you're going to lose your money. So VLB is another stock that I bought very low. I bought it at almost $25. I really timed it well, and I still have this one because it's giving like a 3.5% dividend, or coupons I should say, because they're government bonds. And this is why I'm looking at that. I'm looking at the gold going higher, and I believe that oil might rise a lot in the next few years. Maybe I'm totally wrong. If you guys believe that I'm totally wrong, just write it down in the comments and leave comments. Like the video if you share the same opinion as I do, and remember, this is only opinions, and this is a minority of my portfolio. So I'm not, if I do win, it's gonna be only a small portion of my portfolio. And if you put a lot of money in these stocks, what happens is that when you're buying penny stocks at lower than $5 a stock, the stocks are very volatile. Like they can fluctuate from 50% in 1 month, 2 months, for a year. Like sometimes you can make 300% in a year, but you could lose 75% in a couple of months. So remember, these stocks are really risky. It's just something that I'm looking at, and I felt like sharing. If people have the same opinion, or maybe I'm totally wrong and not seeing the big picture, so leave comments down below. And remember to like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I'll be posting at least, I want to do at least one video a week, but during vacations, weekends, and other like anything that happens with the family, well, I'm gonna be with the family. My wife is pregnant right now, and she's about to give labor. So thank you, have a nice one.